Today we're going to make some fake cupcakes just like artist Peter Anton. So you get a cloth, you get a piece of clay, and I'll also pass out some clay tools later. You need to take the clay that you have and break it in half. Set part of it down, we're saving that for later. The other part I need you to squish into a ball and then gently roll it. You smack it until it turns into a circle, or you could roll like this with your hands to make a ball. Don't worry about the cracks right now. Once you have a ball, we need to take your thumb, and it's helpful to set it on the table. Stick your thumb in the clay. We're not going all the way through. So now it looks like you've got a plum on your thumb. Then we use our lobster claws to pinch the clay around and around. So we're making a pinch pot. This will be the base of our cupcake. And it's good if you leave little finger dents in it, because your finger dents will look like the wrapper. And now is a good time, if you have big cracks, you gently rub the cracks with your finger. For the edge of the pot, you do not want it to be very thin. If it is very thin, your pot is more likely to crack and break. So the thickness that I have here is a good thickness for my pot. And I will come around and check and make sure everyone's pot is deep enough, because if they are too fat, they explode in my kiln. Alright, I'm going to take my muffin bottom, or my cupcake bottom, tap it on the table gently to make the bottom flat. Now if you want more texture, so it looks like a wrapper, we can take a clay tool, and while it's sitting on the table, you could gently add some lines all the way around. I now have lines all the way around, so it looks a little more like a cupcake wrapper. If I want the top to be even, I can also tap it a little bit to even it out. The part that's left, we're going to use this to make the icing on top. If you want to have a cherry or something, then rip off a little piece and save that for later. I'm going to take this piece and squeeze it like a fat caterpillar with my hands, and set it on the table. Put your hands together, and then you go back and forth and push down and spread your hands out. So together and then apart. This makes a coil. And we're going to use the coil to make the top. So I will set it on my cupcake and twirl it around. May have to adjust to make sure you're gonna close it up a little bit. We don't want any big gaps. And this little piece I have left, if I want a cherry, I could take it and roll it to make a cherry. Could also rip a little more off, make a cherry, and make a stem to put on top. If you don't like cherries, you could take this little ball, break it into little pieces, and roll teeny tiny coils, and these teeny tiny coils could be sprinkles that you put on your cupcake. If you have any cracks on your coil, you can also take your finger and gently wipe them off. I made one of those little toy rings that kids stick in cupcakes when they bring them in for parties. Before you turn it in, you need to take a pencil and write your name on the bottom, or a grown-up will help you with that. And I will help by putting newspaper between the top and bottom so they don't get stuck together.